Sony makes, I feel like like Sony is an accessible, high quality product.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I expected out of Leica. And now, you get out of it. So, but the Sony is like, it does feel like flimsier. Like the Leica was literally carved out of a solid piece of metal.
Yeah. My buddy Brandon has the SL2S, and I held it a few times because I've met up with him.
It's
and
a
I'm
solid chunk of titanium.
Yeah. Is it titanium, magnesium?
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly.
But it is a substantial camera. Now, every time I hold the Leica, I'm like, wow, there's a real heft to this.
Yeah.
But that one is like, bam.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
I don't know what it was, but I just didn't do it for me, and I sent it back. And I haven't had a modern Leica camera. I mean, both mine are older.
Well, I get that feeling, not the feeling about the SL2S, but just sort of the substantialness. When I first got my hands on my Canon F1, the new F1, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This feels really well made.
Dude, I talk all the time about my ADD.
Which is right over there.
Like the ADD camera that was like the first, I guess, like camera that I used for professional work and any kind of thing like that. And God, I still love that camera.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not going to win any awards for like beautiful design, but
well, and
some of these things end up having a soul to them. And I think part of that is like getting back to the beginning of our conversation is just what you use them for. And you start to make that attachment, but it's also just in order to get to that stage of just using it, you have to, I don't know, it's just harder to do when the camera costs $15,000 with a lens.
And that's
it's just it's harder to take the watch and I'm going to go into water with it.
Yeah.
If you know that it gets fucked up, you're out $1,500 because you have to send it to get it repaired by an authorized repair, whatever. And Leica's doing the same thing with that. Like you can't just send it to an independent repair shop. You have to send it to Leica.
Yeah.
And we know how that goes because I sent the M6 there and it took them a year. Literally a year, point to point, to get that camera repaired. And it was not a complex repair.
I wonder too, since it's older, if they make that a lower priority. Like somebody just bought an M11P for $9,000, and the screen's got a dead pixel.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna prioritize that because
still, and they were great. They were very communicative and but
still,
it cost a lot, and the service was shitty.
Yeah, and
I was not impressed.
Yeah,
I don't want if that's your only camera. I mean, I know people that shoot Canon and they'll turn around their service in a week.
Yeah.
Like I think they actually have a thing where you can pay for it and it's like expedited. It's like Apple.
I gotta look.
Like I had to send my MacBook in for a repair the other day.
You did?
And it was this was like a month ago. It was a sticky key.
Oh wow.
Or something, but it was literally back 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed fake.
Well, because you shipped it off, right?
Yeah. You just go on.
I've done that once, and it was incredibly fast.
I've got the whatever
prepaid shipping and all that stuff.
Oh my God! Like take notes, Leica.
Yeah.
Like it was incredible.
Yeah.
And so, if you're gonna pay, these, and maybe they do prioritize M11, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna clip this. This is a perfect clip. Like has Leica gotten above their raisin?
Right.
It's just insane. Like I just don't see the appeal.
So what ends up bubbling up with me as far as the feelings go is certainly not any sort of like anti. It doesn't make me be like, well, I'm anti Leica and I'm gonna go look for something else. But I certainly makes me embrace my QL17 because I feel like, I'm not saying that that's just as good of a camera as this 35 millimeter Summicron with a with an M4 body or an M6 body or whatever like that. But part of me is also like, I feel like with my eye and judgment of what I photograph, I can help make up some of the difference in quality.
Yeah,
especially how many more photos can I take by saving $3,000 to $5,000?
Yeah.
But then even something like, the coveted Mamiya 7 for 120, electronic rangefinder that everybody gets nervous about, partially because of the cost, but also once you start
shooting with it too, though, like I'll give Leica one thing, like even their new cameras, those things, you feel like you could go to war with them still.
Yeah, they're solid.
It's like a Rolex. You feel like you can go to war with that.
Yeah.
Like The Mamiya 7 is a flimsy camera.
Yeah.
That camera feels like it's going to crack in your hands. The lenses feel cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe like, that just.
So when I found the Konica Connie Omega Rapid at that estate sale, the medium format rangefinder press camera, I feel emboldened to like, what can I do with this $100 camera?
Yeah.
Compared to the Mamiya 7 when I take this out and go make pictures. Yeah. Is it really going to be such a monumental difference between the two?
I'm telling you,
as far as the photo goes.
Yeah, I will say though, the reason like Mamiya is a shite camera in the hands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I know there's people who love Mamiya, but that lens, specifically, I think I had the 80.
Yeah.
Is one of the most unbelievable renderings I've ever seen on a piece of film.
Wow.
And you can pick out Mamiya 7 photos because of that lens. It's so impressive. You can pick out photos and like you could do a selection of 8 photos and you could probably pretty accurately pick out which of them are the Mamiya 7. I don't know what it is about that lens is like the peak of analog rendering, I think.
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer and summer.